Just because you're not very good at something doesn't mean it's not a lot of fun. Oh, I missed that way up. I missed the hoop. Yeah. Roller coaster action. Into the next berm. Oh, don't lock up. I stalled it. That's pretty rare on the intro here. Oh. Out of way. Oh, there it is. There it is.
You know, pretty much when you drop it on a rock sideways, it's going to help you deflect as you fall and slide. I think then it'll bend in, and at least it's not like dinging or scratching. Those rocks could just kunk into your rotor. So I think it'll help a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now move on to the rear guard, rear sprocket. So that's what's next. Okay guys, so I'm just ripping this KTM stuff open. Should be pretty simple install. There are no instructions. A couple of bolts. God damn it. Just a nice piece of aluminum. This is a how to open a bag container video. Okay, so that's all the pieces. It's gonna lock in. Let's take this over here.
Looks like a shark fin for racing.
Yeah. Imagine we had to run these on Superbikes. You got to protect your rotors, yo.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna squeeze into this thing somehow. So the way this works, guys, is this piece goes on the outside, and then it would go through, and that's how it connects. And then the other side of the plate connects right through. So then this piece goes on the inside, and that locks in place, and there you have it. Just gonna be on the inside, put the bolts through, but it looks like you have to have this on because you're never gonna make it over the slot with this in place. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell that's about then. You know, so come back at you guys. It's kind of a weird design, but you have to get this out of the way first before you can do anything. So the easiest way, I'm just learning as I go here, is hook the front in, then get this in, and then slide that. Now the front's in position, then slide this into position is hanging, and now you can get room for that. So there you go. And then the back plate is going to go in the holes there as well and just lock on and squish right in position. It's a tight fit, looks like. Just not quite fitting. It's a real tight fit between those two pieces. There we go. So that's it. And well, obviously I'm not taking this off unless I take this off because you can't get it off now. So that's the bad part about this design. But you know, shouldn't be the hugest deal, so it's going to do the job. And so now I just put those 3 bolts in there and Loctite them. Loctite. Put them in by hand first. Looks like the threads are kind of not wanting to go in by hand so easily, so I need a tool. But they're not cross-threading, they're just stiff. Maybe there's already Loctite in there inside the threads. That's what it feels like. Here we go. There we go. Double check. Choked up, you see. Torque, not going to over torque. There we go.
short course style, like with the side by side, but dirt bike short course. Oh, double pass.
So I'm gonna throw on 50 Sprocket. I'm taking off the stock 51. And so it's a 45, and you need a 13 on the back. So, there she goes. And yeah, let's open this package up. I always have trouble opening damn shit on camera. Look at this, it's like freaking glued to this thing. Wipe any bullshit underneath here. So it gets a nice flat mount. All this prep stuff is always important, you never know, guys. Okay. So tag is made in the Netherlands.
There you go. Look at that. In the Netherlands.
It's an aluminum sprocket, of course, from the OEM, which is really pretty damn light. I don't have a scale. I would say the tag's heavier than the OEM. This is heavier. So again, take your Loctite. I'm going to do this. You guys don't need to watch this. I'll set this on medium torque right now just to get them all snug, and then I'll torque them. Okay. With putting on a 1-tooth bigger rear rotor, I'm going to have to move in the chain guides, the chain adjusters slightly. So I grabbed my 13 for the lock nut and the 10. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do, say, 2 full turns in to make sure I can get the wheel on, and then I'll put the wheel on and put the chain on and adjust the chain tension correctly. First step is to break the lock nut loose. And since we're going in closer, I'm gonna do 1 turn with my marks on that. Then take the 10 and clockwise is going to go in because it's the screws in, so it's going to go, gives more room there. So that's 1 whole turn in, and now this is caught up, as you can see, and probably need 2 turns. So again, back this guy off 1 there. So there's 2 turns in. Same thing on the other side is the opposite direction, though. You got to think about directions to loosen is now that way, counterclockwise. There's a turn, there's 1, there's 2. Going clockwise in. There's 1 turn, and there is 2. All right, now I can put the wheel on.
That's the little booter. Oh. Look at that little booter. Oh. Rear brake on the left hand would be nice. Rear brake. Whoa, just keep going. This is awesome.
Wheel. My discard, and let's get this in here. Essentially just get it up into position, get the chain on. From the bottom to the top where it seems to work best. And then get the axle through the hole. And there's the... Gotta get this guy in the correct position. And you can see why, so I loosened it up enough to get the wheel on, but it's still too tight probably. We'll know once I get more into it. Here's that chain, guys. So yeah, now so the chain is rocket tight. So I got to go another turn or two with the chain adjusters. Again, back this guy off. Oop. I'm just holding this position, loosening it again because it tightened. Here, one more turn. And it sucks it forward. If you use like a tool or put a rag in there, it works really well too. So now it keeps it into it. And do the same thing on the other side. So loosen it up the chain as we go. Take a cloth, put her in the chain, hold that, and then you can tighten up the axle. I already did this. And then take a measurement of the chain. 55 and 58 is what OEM is looking for. So essentially under the chain, stretching the chain right behind the brake guard there. As you can see, I'm just at like 55 millimeters. So that's good. 55 and 58. I could just go a tiny bit looser if I wanted to. But down here, it's obviously a lot looser on the bottom. This is just the top 55. And that's how you do it, guys. And then once you have it set where you want, then you tighten the lock nut and hold that at the same time. You can see the wheel is definitely far forward for the adjustments now that I put the bigger rear sprocket on. It is getting cold, guys. I am done working outside. This is freezing. Ooh, it's melting my hair. I smell burning hair. So anyways, guys, I got the KTM disc guard going on here. I got my chain adjusted correctly. Essentially, the finger test is always a good way. 2 fingers under the plastic as well. 3 fingers behind the plastic is another simple technique to learn about. Use the markings to make sure the left and the right. You can see there's markings. Make sure the left and the right. See right there, that was just slightly forward, and this one's semi-back compared to this side. Same thing. Slightly forward, slightly back. Very, very close. There you have it. And then the front. You got the whole bike ready to go. Woo! Just gotta get rid of that damn snow.
So slow compared to what I do on the bike. Oh, jump into the corner. Alright, where are we going with this jump? Oh, straight. Oh. And really switch to this endless directions up there. I ride by myself. Gotta be careful. Keeps going up. More over here. It's a good little video, I bet.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It's snowing in Canada. And while it's warm because it's snowing, I figured I might as well continue the next product I want to put on my 2020 KTM. And what that is our spark arrested approved Pro Circuit Type 296. Yeah, for the KTM. So 2-stroke spark arrestor developed for reduced noise output.
because with filming my rides, I want you guys to hear my commentary and not necessarily just the exhaust. And it's just a little bit smaller than the stock guy. It's upside down, but gives you an idea on the sizing. So it's almost as long, just not nearly as fat and thick and around. So not so good for the ladies, but better for the moto.
Oh, I got a freaking plant.